Noah Hathaway, Atreyu, The Neverending Story.
Perfect period on the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
Yeah. After this movie came out, he was on every teen heartthrob magazine ever printed.
Good looking kid.
And this movie was a smash hit.
Yep.
Like international smash hit. And he disappeared.
Yes, he did.
I would have made the argument that Bastian, who's played by Barrett Oliver, could have been in this as well, but he was in Daryl and Cocoon. Atreyu was that movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, 100% Atreyu was that movie.
Isn't he in Leprechaun?
Do you remember Wayne's World when he's scaring Garth? He's like, I'm the leprechaun. Yeah, he did a lot of TV. I mean, he was on like Mork and Mindy, Eight is Enough, Laverne and Shirley, Chips, all those types of shows.
That's pretty good.
Then he did The Neverending Story. And then after that, I think you're right. He was, Troll.
Yeah,
he was in Troll, not Leprechaun. Welcome to Buzzn The Tower, a podcast dedicated to the movies of the 1980s. Prepare to be stuffed in our DeLorean and taken on a trip through the best decade of film ever.
Hey Mo, we better back up. We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
Roads? Where we're going, we don't need roads. So if you love Caddyshack, The Goonies, Aliens, Weird Science, Spies Like Us, The Great Outdoors, Empire Strikes Back, The Great Muppet Caper, Pretty in Pink, Predator, Rocky IV, Roadhouse, Say Anything, Real Genius, Short Circuit, Some Kind of Wonderful, Beverly Hills Cop, Akira, Tango and Cash, The Breakfast Club, and They Live, just to name a few, then sit back, relax, and get ready to be entertained. Because we came here to chew bubblegum and podcast about 80s movies, and we're all out of bubblegum. If you haven't already, subscribe to Buzzn The Tower on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever your favorite podcast platform is. And while you're there, leave a review and a 5-star rating. It's a moral imperative! You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, and all social media platforms by searching the tag @Buzzn The Tower. That's BUZZN The Tower. Also, check out our website, buzzinthetower.com, and grab some officially licensed gear. It's so choice. If you have the means, I highly recommend picking some up. Now, if you want to get nuts, let's get nuts. Head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/BuzzinTheTower. With memberships as low as $3 a month, you can have access to tons of extra content, and a portion of all proceeds go directly to Save Ferris. Dark O'Shea, darling, Dark O'Shea. Buzzn The Tower is brought to you by Sonic Loans. You can find them at sonicloans.com. Max, do you know what's not a one-hit wonder?
The loan process?
No, not the loan process. Sonic Loans.
Oh, okay.
Because the hits just keep on coming with them. Refi. New mortgage. That's why there's multiple hits. It's not just one hit. They do it all. Sonic Loans is your partner in these scariest of scary times. Sonic Loans is the group that you want to go to if you're looking for a mortgage. 15-year, 30-year, fixed, adjustable. Charlie and his team are standing by waiting for you to reach out to them to make sure that you're taken care of. There's tons of different mortgage lenders out there, but it's really the people you trust. And that's where Charlie and his team excel. So please reach out to Charlie and the team at Sonic Loans. They will make sure that you are not a one-hit wonder, because they're not a one-hit wonder. Have I said one-hit wonder enough times?
One more time.
One-hit wonder.
NMLS number 1955855. Not available in all states. Not a commitment to lend. Additional requirements apply. Visit sonicloans.com or call 313-488-4888 for more information.
Buzzn The Tower is also brought to you by Bolton Legal Group. You can find them at boltonlegalgroup.com or call for a free consultation at 248-595-0001. When you have an attorney, and that attorney is Ian Bolton, and that law group is Bolton Legal Group, you are guaranteed to have long-term success. You're not just going to pop up there and sing some Dexy's Midnight Runners, or, that's a song.
Yeah, I know.
Right? I just wanted to make sure.
You
looked at me like you didn't know. That's a one-hit wonder.
Okay.
I gave you a one-hit wonder.
I don't really know them.
Chumbawamba, Tumba-Thump.
Tub thumping.
Tub thumping.
You boomer.
There you go. You know what? Bolton Legal Group doesn't get knocked down, but they will get back up again because they made a choice to get down. Get down. Okay. Well, anyways, Bolton Legal Group, they are aggressive and efficient. They're going to take care of your needs, whether it's real estate law, business law, whatever you need. If you need an attorney who's going to make sure they go to the mat for you, then look no further than Bolton Legal Group. Reach out to them and they will take care of you like your family. Today's episode, Acting One-Hit Wonders. I'll stop the world and melt with you. Oh, Johnny Ray sounded sad upon the radio, moved a million hearts in mono. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. The 1980s were packed with musical one-hit wonders, if you couldn't tell by me singing them. But this podcast is not about music, although it should be about music because I'm basically a rock star. Max, you want to chime in? I don't usually let you on the intro.
What are you doing?
All right, back to the intro. Today on Buzzn The Tower, we're going to list our favorite acting one-hit wonders from some radical 80s flicks. I'm Mo Shapiro, and joining me as always, the toora to my loora, Max Sanders. And with that, oh, Eileen.
You're just in a
Come on, Eileen to Lurai.
I don't know that one.
Max, what do you know?
I know Come On, Eileen, right? Isn't that one of
That's
them?
the same song.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, then I know that song. What about Whip It by Devo? Crack that whip.
Break your mother's back.
Yeah, that one.
Is that a one-hit wonder?
What else have they sung? They were in Weird Science.
Didn't they sing? Yeah, they sang. So they weren't in Weird Science because that scene got cut, Max.
I know, deep cut.
Do you know, Max?
I did. I made a TikTok about that.
Max Sanders, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Any show where we start off with me singing is going to be a good show.
You freestyled an intro.
I'm feeling loose today.
It reminded me of Solar Opposites at the end. Remember that one line?
When is that show back on?
I don't know.
I love Solar Opposites.
The Escape from New York subplot with the tiny people. And the Predator versus Alien stuff.
Are we in like the height of entertainment? Is this like as good as it's going to get for us?
No, it'll keep getting better.
I don't know, man. I just went back and rewatched
Things.
Stranger Things is amazing.
Metallica. Oh my God.
Master.
Chrissy, this is for you. I was like, yeah.
Oh man. Here we stand, worlds apart, hearts broken in two.
You love singing.
You, Max. Feeling that it's gone.
Did you see there was the Conan Barbarian sword for no reason?
Yes.
How cool was that?
Conan, the Barbarian.
And he held it like Arnold.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I'm like, what is best in life?
Did you know right away?
No.
Okay.
I had a sense, and then I was like, I'm watching Stranger Things. Of course, it's the Conan the Barbarian. We're spoiler alerting.
This doesn't spoil anything.
All right, fine. Should we not talk about Stranger Things right now? Let's start a Stranger Things podcast and a Rick and Morty podcast.
Which is weirder objects?
Yeah. Weirder. No, how about not strange stuff?
I'm sure there's like a million Stranger Things podcasts.
Probably. Max, welcome to the show.
Hello.
It's always a pleasure to sit across from you in this squelching heat.
It's hot.
It's hot.
I've
got a glisten on my forehead.
I was gonna say, damn it, your forehead's glistening.
It is hot. It's a real hot. It's hot. It's not feeling good.
It's hot today.
It's very hot. Max, today's episode is going to have to wait because, as always, I have things I need to say first.
Oh, okay.
You like that? I tricked you.
Is this your State of the Union?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My fellow podcasters. I do terrible imitations of presidents.
Well, you did the Bill Clinton hand thing.
Yeah. I do it much better like if Boddicker was president.
It's a perfect world.
Oh, man. Things really turned upside down when Murphy's the president. Dead or alive, voting this January.
Who would be the best?
January? Is that when you vote or is it November? Jesus,
November.
Mo, pull
they're
it
elected
together.
they're signed in January.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
January 20th.
Easy now. Calm down.
But who would be the best movie actor from the 80s to be a president? Like, who would you want?
Mahoney.
That's really good.
Yeah. The first that came to mind.
I would take, what was his name? Gizmo. President Gizmo.
President
You can't be mad at Gizmo.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
He comes in his little car. It's a really bad Gizmo.
Let me know when you're ready.
Hi.
Okay. You back?
Kind of.
Hot mic. Max, if you're not following us on social media, then shame on you.
Yeah.
Well, especially you. I hope you're following us because you're in charge of our social media.
Can you follow yourself?
No, you follow yourself all the time.
Yeah. What?
What does that even mean? If you're not following us on social media, at Buzzn The Tower, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube.
Snapchat.
Yeah. You name it, we're on it. Please follow us. Give us a like. Drop us a picture. Drop us a phrase, a quote, a comment, whatever kids call it.
It's so cool. Like
a hashtag.
If we're on another podcast, like someone shouts us out.
Oh, yeah?
The Confused Breakfast shout us out.
By the way, shout right back to the Confused Breakfast. Max, what are we even talking about?
It's too hot to be talking.
It's way too hot. We're wasting a lot of energy that could be spent doing our podcast. In addition to that, I'm going to challenge you right now. If you're listening to this podcast and you are not a Patreon,
take your shirts off.
That's not weird at all. If you're listening to this podcast and you're not a Patreon, The question I have for you is, why do you hate Max? Why are you doing that to him? What do you have against him? Get on patreon.com/Buzzn The Tower. Sign up. Start just as a goose.
Yeah, just
for just $3 a month. You can help Max with all the things he needs help with. And there's a lot. The list is long.
I'll get your name tattooed on me.
He will. Not for $3 a month.
No.
But we'll talk about it. We'll negotiate.
What if we do that?
Anyways, Max.
You bear scratching over there?
3% of my body is covered with mosquito bites right now.
Gross.
Yeah. We went to my stepmother-in-law's, I don't even know, whatever, mother-in-law, stepmother-in-law's. We went to her place to watch the fireworks and sat outside by a wooded area, and everybody seemed fine. And I'm like, I feel like there's a lot of mosquitoes out. Yeah. And then the next day, I was in a world of poop. I just mosquito bites all over my ankles, my feet, my hands.
Do you itch them or let them be?
No, I itch them like compulsively, and they turn into like horrible sores, and it looks like I'm dying, like I have some skin disease or something.
Yeah, you look
terrible.
like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly right now.
Yes. You haven't done a yes in a long time. That a girl. So the show, today's episode, we're gonna do something kind of fun. Was this your idea or my idea? This was my idea. Oh,
I gave you 30 ideas, and you come back not disagreeing with any of them, but with the literally the tagline of this episode.
I don't know why I hate your ideas so much. Two Max.
Tell him the freaking
tell him this. Yeah. So what we're gonna do today is, I've been singing a lot because when I came up with this idea for the episode, it reminded me of, I think there was a VH1 show called One Hit Wonders.
Yes, there was.
There's been a ton of different, Rolling Stones did the best 100 one hit wonders ever. There's some classic ones that I sang at the beginning that you would remember. But the idea behind a one hit wonder fascinates me because the concept is someone broke through.
Yep.
They created one song. They had one moment where they were on top of the world and then poof, they disappeared. That happens in acting too. And in the 80s, there's a few performances. And I want to qualify this when I say a few performances. We're looking at acting one-hit wonders, which doesn't necessarily imply that their acting was great, but they were a part of a movie that was huge, and they were a big part of it.
It's their like part of the pop culture zeitgeist at this point.
Right.
Like, and you could still say to someone to this day, or dress like one of these characters, and people would know.
Right.
Even though they had no true success like that in other parts of their career.
And I think a strong point here is that for what we're picking, this can't be someone who was like an amazing actor or actress in the 60s and 70s, took a break, came back in the 80s, had a huge movie, and then disappeared. This represents that the lightning strike happened in the 80s.
Yep.
They broke through, and then poof, they disappeared. There is going to be some that I think we could debate back and forth. I think when you get into a series, earlier I made a joke about Mahoney. Would you make the case that Gutenberg did nothing outside of Three Men and a Baby? Three Men and a Baby. I'm
Short
sorry.
Circuit, Cocoon.
All right, you're right.
How dare you?
I'm very Police Academy.
Do you know he was in the
now.
most 80s movies of anyone? Like literally, him and Gene Hackman.
I'm sorry.
What you want to say is Crocodile Dundee.
Well, I think what you want to say is Crocodile Dundee.
Yes. Damn it, lips.
Let's put another shrimp on the body.
It's like he made a career of the
lovely accent.
All right. Darn it.
Oh, Austrian. Oh, well then. Can't wait I can't wait till we do 90s movies to do Dumb and Dumber, by the way. That's another one that's like
one of the most annoying sound in the world.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Mock.
Yeah.
This is where you say yeah.
Yeah.
Ing. I don't remember any of this. I hate you so much.
I didn't like Dumb and Dumber that much.
What?
I know.
Oh my God. Petey Bird.
It's not in my Carrie top 5.
Jesus Christ. Max, the point that I'm trying to make, until you butchered me with facts, like the fact that Gutenberg is in every movie. I just maxed that so
Diner.
hard. Terrible. I know, right? When Harry Met Sally. The point that I was trying to make is there are some actors and actresses that the body of their work is just relegated to one series of films. I might afford an exemption for that, not just call that a one-hit wonder because it was one movie. It could be a batch of movies. We can get into that down the road and we'll see where we land. I've got 5. You've got 5.
Yep.
And I think we just hop into it and list these. For me, it's less about the one-hit wonderness of it. And these are just my favorite. So these are movies I love. And then the actor or actress went poof and disappeared. Max, would you like to start us off?
No, I want you to start.
Fair. First one's easy for me. Claudia Wells, Jennifer Parker, Back to the Future.
You're never going to get a chance to play in front of anybody.
Marty, one rejection isn't the end of the world.
Nah, I just don't think I'm cut out for music.
But you're good, Marty. You're really good. And this audition tape of yours is great. You've got to send it into the record company. It's like Doc's
Yeah,
always
I
saying.
know. If you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
That's good advice, Marty.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
So now, to give a little bit of story around this and to be very fair, her situation was unique. She was the original Jennifer Parker. And while she was acting in the film and getting prepared for the second film, her mother fell ill and ended up passing away. So she left the film so she could help take care of her mother. And she does a lot of Comic-Con stuff.
She does.
She'll talk about it even to this date. She doesn't regret it.
It was her birthday like a couple days ago. She's on a hoverboard and doing all that stuff.
Yeah. Is that a hoverboard or
okay?
board?
My lips get in the way.
No, it's all right. McDunphy.
I have big lovable lips.
Wow.
Sorry.
I'm gonna take a sip here. Hold on. So prior to being casted as Jennifer Parker, she was mostly doing TV series work. She was on Fame, Lover and the Other Strangers, Herbie the Love Bug, which I love, the original Herbie. Strike Force, never heard of. I'm just kind of reading her IMDb here. But obviously, for our purposes of being a one-hit wonder, these were somewhat inconsequential. But then Back to the Future. I mean, it doesn't get more one-hit wonder than that.
Did she do anything after?
No, she was in like the Fast Times TV series.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's little stuff, but certainly, I mean, look, she's doing Comic-Con right now. You know, like that's her big thing right now, which is great to see
Still
her
looks
out
good.
there. Oh yeah, she looks great. We were communicating with her for a hot minute. I thought we were going to get her on the show.
Us.
We've been dumped. We've been dumped before. It hurts. So that's my first pick, and I almost felt like a little dirty giving it as a pick because of the circumstances of why.
Oh, I thought you meant because you're offending Elizabeth Shue.
No, I'm torn, right? Because obviously Elizabeth Shue is the right pick, but you know.
So she's like fun and energetic. Is she great in that movie?
Well,
she's iconic.
Yeah. I mean, it was
great hair.
It was my first pick. Okay. So I would say it's my weakest in that sense.
Okay, so
it's a very fair point. She didn't give like the performance of a lifetime.
No, she had good chemistry with Michael J. Fox.
You know, there was an argument that was made by the studio that it wasn't Eric Stoltz, let's get rid of you and replace you in the middle of the night and pack your bags up and move you off the lot.
Yeah.
But they weren't thrilled about the chemistry between the two of them.
Okay.
Whereas Elizabeth Shue.
Yeah.
Come on.
Chemistry with the stack of books.
Chemistry with a capital C, if you know what I mean. I don't know what that means.
They got it on.
No, they didn't. You can imagine.
Everyone on? Good, great,
gravy.
Grand, wonderful. Gravy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did he say gravy?
No.
Good, great. Yeah, you're right. Wonderful.
Or great, grand, wonderful. Yeah, it's three.
Is that
it's Chris Farley.
Chris Farley and
it's
Billy Madison. Is that a 90s movie?
Who steals 100 box lunches?
Yeah.
I miss him.
You do. Max, it's your turn. What do you got?
Do you not miss Norm Macdonald?
You know what?
E-I-E-I-O.
Never a huge fan.
Shut up.
Don't dislike him.
Wow.
But I don't feel his like absence like other people do.
He's just a comedy god to me.
Yeah, you know.
He's just funny. Like he had no other skills in his life besides being hilarious.
Most comedians don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. All right, moving on to me.
All right.
I am going for a hilarious role, a flamboyant role.
Oh man.
I think you know where I'm going with this.
I have no idea where you're going with this.
Probably not. Misak Taylor, Hollywood Montrose, and Mannequin.
That's it! A demonstration. I will create a media event. You call the newspaper boys and girls. The headline will read, "If Jonathan is fired, Hollywood flies." Excuse me while I step out into the window ledge.
There are few movies you love more than Mannequin.
Hollywood! He's so fun in this movie.
Was he in... I can't even off the top of my head. Was he in anything?
So, okay.
Mannequin. Was he in Mannequin too?
He was.
Well, and that's a banger of a film.
Oh, wait, no, he wasn't. Wait, I need to check.
You need to check. Look it up.
You mean Mannequin 2 On the Move? Yeah, he was in it. But he was in R.I.P., by the way. He died in 2014.
Oh,
I know. But he was in like Criminal Minds. He was on Hannah Montana. The Drew Carey Show.
Yeah.
I love the Drew Carey Show, by the way, from back in the day.
Yeah.
The Secret of Nim 2. He was a voice on it.
What?
I know.
Oh, man.
Isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
The Angry Beavers. He was in a voice.
I like the Angry Beavers. That Nickelodeon show.
Yeah,
I
it
used
was
to watch
great.
that. Yeah.
So he was in Explorers, but I don't know who he was. He's probably an alien voice.
He had to have been.
Yeah.
God, I don't know who he was in Explorers either.
Yeah. But I mean, a mannequin comes to life.
Are we going to talk about Mannequin?
A little bit. Well, just so you know who he is.
Well, I didn't give a recap of Back to the Future, but if you want to give a recap of Mannequin, go ahead.
And a struggling artist falls in love with her, and Hollywood's kind of like his best friend and supporter. And he doesn't care if he's an #1 creative freak. He just supports Jonathan and his stuff.
Yeah.
And he's wearing all those funny glasses.
Yeah.
And I love that he's willing to wear a real suit because he's wearing like flamboyant stuff the whole time. He wears a real business suit to go in to talk to the executives to help Jonathan keep his job.
Isn't that a classic 80s trope? Like at the end of the movie, going to talk to the executives. Remember when like Secret of My Success, Bradley what was his name? Goes into the big meeting at the end.
Yeah. It's definitely an 80s thing.
Yeah, it's definitely.
And he has relationship troubles. You feel about it. He's worried about his hips being too fat. Albert called him Cellulite City. He's adorable. He's fun. And he's so memorable. You could dress like Hollywood today and people like, Hollywood.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know. people are as much into Mannequin as you think, but I like the pick.
I think they are, man.
Okay.
Every time I post about Mannequin, people know what's up.
Well, you would know. You're the social media guru.
Yeah.
Hopping back my way.
Yep.
Max, you're going to love this pick.
The ice cream cone.
Oh, God, the ice cream cone. We got letters about that. Max, there's a little film that came out in 1985 called Teen Wolf. And there are a lot of memorable characters in this box office explosion. But I got to go with Styles, Jerry Levine.
Styles. This is just between you and me, okay?
Yeah. TW.
Look at you.
TW, you're going to be glad that you came to me with this. Yes, because with the right angles, man, we're going to turn this into something monstrous.
You don't do Coach Steve? Everything screams cheese.
I know you love Coach Steve, but Styles.
Everyone loves Coach Steve.
But no, dude. Who was it? Someone wore his shirt. Like, what are you looking at?
Blank nose.
Yeah. Who wore that? Someone recently wore that.
You mean like a celebrity?
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, it gets a lot of play. Styles is the guy, man.
He's
Styles,
very cool,
is
he is like the agent for the Wolf.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He had very little outside of this.
Well, wasn't he 28 when this movie came out?
Sure. Sounds like something you would know.
Yeah.
I have no idea. He looked old in the movie.
Yeah.
So prior to Teen Wolf, all I've got for him is
a Burger King commercial.
He was Cousin Elliot on some episodes of Charles in Charge.
Charles in Charge.
No, you can't hop right into it like
of
that.
our life.
Max.
I'm walking here.
There's a new boy in the neighborhood, lives downstairs and it's understood. He's there just to take good care of me.
We've become like an acapella group.
Like he's one of the family.
The most unwanted.
Charles in Charge. That's you got to do the beginning.
No one asked for this.
That's like if someone says like, "Oh, the facts of life." You don't start off with saying you take the good. You say no. You gotta say
that's all I know.
Come on, Max. That's all you know is the facts of life.
Yeah. Well, that's all the Charles in Charge I knew.
You got the world in the palm of your hand.
Okay, back to this.
And all you got to do to get you through is understand.
Styles.
You think that you can do with
He's
that?
making decisions at parties, whipped cream stuff.
Yeah, he's great.
He's selling shirts.
Can we talk about the facts of life now?
No.
Yeah, he's got a shirt business. This is before like Printify and Etsy were even up. Like he was killing it.
Yeah, he was a hustler.
Yeah.
He would have ended up being a millionaire.
Yeah. He throws Scott Howard up on the Wolfmobile.
He does.
Was it called the Wolfmobile?
I mean, eventually, I think. Not in the beginning.
Is it like everybody had a surfboard and he's doing Surfing USA?
Yes, he is.
Styles is the man.
Okay, that's
so
fair.
that's my one hit wonder. He did very little after. I don't know what he's up to. Let's see here. IMDb says missing.
Really
in action.
research this. He was missing in action?
He's done a lot of directing. He did a couple episodes of Hawaii Five-0, Chicago Med.
Okay, cool.
So I mean, he's not like MacGyver, not the old MacGyver.
He's homeless on
the
corner of 3rd Street.
No, he's doing well. I mean, if you think about it though, like maybe he did it right.
Yeah.
I don't know, but he definitely was a one hit wonder from an acting perspective.
Yeah, that
you
makes
can't.
sense.
Once you do the perfect role, once you're Styles, the only other guy that retired after his career from Teen Wolf was the guy who pulled his genitals out in the last scene on the bleachers.
How many free drinks do you think that?
I bring that up all the time, and I don't think people know this, and I just want everybody to know this if you've never seen this before. And I think they've edited it out of the DVD version.
Go to YouTube.
If you have YouTube, if you have YouTube, but if you have the old VHS, at the end of the movie, right? When you've got a little win in the end,
victory,
and you got the big victory, and they're panning to all the fans in the bleachers cheering. Some extra was extra and pulled his genitals out of his pants while the camera cut on him, and it was left in the movie.
Yep,
which is unbelievably funny to me.
And you said the word of the day, genitals, which we can now say on the show.
You were so excited last week where I said what blue whale's genitals are 6 feet, and you were like, "Oh, we can say the word genitals on the show."
You brought it back before I did.
I didn't. I couldn't have predicted that. I'll tell you that. Max, moving from genitals to your next pick. What do you got?
I'm going for. I think this is my number one crush.
Oh boy,
in the 80s,
Mannequin. Hollywood.
Close. I'm going with Amanda Peter. You mess up all the time.
It's just funny when you do it.
I'm going with Amanda Peterson, who played. That didn't work.
Two times. One take. Sanders is blowing it. Speak the words.
Can I get through? Okay. I'm going Amanda Peterson, who played Cindy Marcini. Damn it.
Two.
You're making this worse.
Am I? Is that possible?
I'm going with Amanda Peterson.
Amanda Peterson.
I'm going with Amanda Peterson, who played Cindy Mancini in Can't Buy Me Love.
You know, when I offered you a ride home, it wasn't to get you to wash my car.
I don't mind. Actually, I kind of like it.
But you're a hard worker. Work's not really my thing.
Cheerleading's hard work. You do it well.
I guess. But, I mean, what I mean is that I don't do much else except for shop and hang out.
My God.
How
many times do we do that?
Sorry, it's the 12th take. I was excited to hop in. That's a really good pick.
She is so stunning.
Yeah.
Like, alarmingly so.
I thought her acting chops were great in this movie.
She could be the bratty cheerleader.
Wait, is she a one-hit wonder? Because didn't she die?
She did, but at the age of 43 in 2015.
Then never mind.
Yeah. So we're good.
So she's a one-hit wonder. Okay.
She's a really good actress in this. Like, she actually makes you believe that she's the bratty cheerleader, that she's falling in love with Ronald Miller, that she's offended when he kind of like pushes her away. She goes through like the gamut of emotions, and you really believe it.
I have to interrupt you for a second.
Yeah.
Do you know what Styles also did? I'm sorry. What? He directed 5 episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
No way.
Yes.
Which ones?
Bums making a mess all over the city.
That's a good one.
Dennis looks like a registered sex offender.
Yeah.
Mac is a serial killer.
That's the really good one.
Sweet D's dating I can't read this word person. And the gang finds a dumpster baby.
Oh, man. Good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, go back.
Okay.
To Mancini.
No, Cindy Mancini.
Yeah, Mancini.
Yeah.
Her last name.
Yeah, you're right. So after this, she didn't do much. She did Lawless Land, A Year in the Life, which is a TV series. Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of either.
Love and Betrayal, Listen to Me, Fatal Charm, and Windrunner. And
I've heard of none of these.
And she stopped acting in 1994. So, I mean, she died of a morphine overdose in 2015.
That sucks.
Yeah, so probably had some demons and stuff.
Yeah.
But she was an it girl. Like
she was fantastic in Can't Buy Me Love.
Yeah, like everyone, you wanted to be her.
That white suede jacket. Like I would have bought her a new jacket to go on a date with her.
Here's $1,000. I'll date you.
Well, that you said it in a way that was, of course, creepier than the way I said it. But
well, the premise of the movie is reasonably creepy.
Why is that creepy?
Well, that you're paying a girl $1,000 to date you for a month?
Pretend to be your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like you and I would never do that. Dude, when I was 15 years old, I would have gone all weird science. If you'd given me the computer and the doll, I'd be like, it's alive!
Yeah, that's true.
Come on now.
But she's great.
She's great. Great pick. I like the pick a lot. So far, I'm not disappointed. You've gone 2 for 2. Hollywood was good too. This next one is...
Oh, wait. She was in Explorers too. But like...
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she's the love interest of
really?
Ethan Hawke. Young. So she's
only this was before Can't Buy Me Love. She must have been like a little kid, right?
Yeah, she was like 9 or 10.
I still think this would qualify as a one-hit wonder.
Yeah, because it's in a different category.
Yeah, not a different category, but...
It's not a memorable performance in Explorers.
It's right on the border. I'm going to give it to you, but it's right on the border because technically Explorers is a very well-known movie.
Yeah, I didn't want anyone...
in the well-known movie, so...
I guarantee someone was shouting at the radio while that was happening before I said that.
You're trying to keep it a secret?
No. Well, maybe.
All right, Max, my next one you're going to like a lot.
Hit me.
I went with Alex Winter as Bill S. Preston, Esquire, from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
The truth is, Wild Stallions will never be a super band until we have Eddie Van Halen on guitar.
Yes, Bill, but I do not believe we will get Eddie Van Halen until we have a triumphant video.
Ted, it's pointless to have a triumphant video before we even have decent instruments.
Well, how can we have decent instruments when we don't really even know how to play?
That is why we need Eddie Van Halen.
And that is why we need a triumphant video.
Excellent!
Erroneous.
Most erroneous.
No, the Lost Boys, bro.
Right. So I would make the case that the argument that you just made for Explorers would be the same argument that I would make for Lost Boys.
Overruled. Fine. Whatever.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
He was completely forgettable in the Lost Boys.
True.
I don't think he had a line in the whole movie.
As a collective, they're memorable. As a group, they're like a boy band of vampires.
Right. And isn't that the same argument for the Explorers?
Fair enough.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's more, the one-hit wonder is you kind of fade after. If you have a little bit rolling up to it, I'm more okay with that than something happening after the roll.
And this is where, again, it's a little tricky, right? Because Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure 2 and 3.
But he's that guy.
He's the same guy. And I find this to be a little bit stunning and why he's this acting one-hit wonder. He was great in Bill and Ted. He wasn't just there. I mean, he was a absolute partner and complimented. In fact, I would argue he may have even carried it more than Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, at the time, it's not like you were like Keanu Reeves is going to be the star and Alex Winter's going to be left behind.
Right,
They seemed on par. Like either one could have gone either way.
Totally. I completely agree. So he had small roles. He was in Death Wish 3. I'd like to know where.
With Bronson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Small stuff. He was in a Red Hot Chili Pepper music video, Knock Me Down, in 89.
That's cool. He tours all the time. I don't know what he does.
He also, I believe, played himself in episode of Robot Chicken.
That's cool.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is one of my favorite movies. You know that.
Yes, I do.
Like, I'm obsessed with that. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. It's a great line.
It is. Because they talk like philosophers, even though they're just idiots.
Yes.
They're like, indeed.
Socrates.
You have an unnatural love of this movie. I
Yeah,
wonder,
it's weird.
What is it?
I don't know.
Because you're not a stoner kid.
I know. I don't know.
There's something about it that hits you.
I'm just a skater boy.
You said, see you later, boy. You know there's theories that she's not a real person?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
AI. She's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
It's weird.
You really go deep into Reddit sometimes.
Yeah. Well, this one's like the biggest one. That
Yeah.
She was like kidnapped by the government.
No, the biggest one is that Katy Perry is that little pageant girl that disappeared.
Shut up. Little Susie, whatever her name
Whatever
is?
her name was.
Yeah.
You've never heard that theory?
No,
Oh
I'm
my
going to
God.
go on. Yeah.
I'm going to hit pause on the podcast. I just want you to Google Katy Perry, little pageant girl. Did you find it?
Yeah, John Benet Ramsey.
John Benet Ramsey. That's what it is. Katy Perry is, in fact, John Benet Ramsey.
I can see it. Yeah. I love a good conspiracy.
That's super crazy. So yeah, Alex Winter, Bill and Ted.
It works.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like his blonde locks.
I'm a huge fan of Wild Stallions, spelled WYLD, just so you know.
Do you have their album?
Of course.
Yeah.
Which one?
The one that changed humanity.
What did you just do?
A guitar thing.
No, it's terrible.
How do you do it?
2.
That's not a
2.
It's a
Sorry.
sound.
Should I do it like Bane?
Yeah. No. Moving on. My pick.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K, Max.
Sometimes, Mo, the best acting is no acting.
Great. All right.
Abraham Lincoln said that once.
He did.
Right before he got shot in the head.
I believe it.
Going Terry Kisser. Bernie Lomax from Weekend at Bernie's.
How would you two like to come to my house at the beach?
Us?
Yeah. Hampton Island. Ever been there? Well, you'll love it. When we're not working, there are plenty of distractions. There are women swimming, boating, famous people. Well?
Love to.
Good. It's settled. Oh, we're going to have a good time, I guarantee. I'll have my secretary write down the directions for you, give you the ferry schedule.
That's really good.
He's great.
How am I going to put an audio clip in? Oh, I can do it before he died, I guess.
Yeah, he talks.
Yeah, he talks.
He's a mover shaker.
He is literally a nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you find anything?
So
how do you pick for his acting? All right, never mind. Go.
So he had a football scholarship at the University of Kansas, and he did lots of TV guest spots. Will and Grace, Caroline in the City, Walker, Texas Ranger, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Blossom, Mannequin 2 on the movie he was in.
What?
I know.
What?
I know, right?
Oh my God.
So maybe not. But before he becomes murdered or dead.
Before he becomes
That's
murdered.
not how words work.
How about before he dies?
Yes.
He's like illiterate before.
He's a playboy. He's morally vacuous. He's smoking. He's fast talking. Great mustache. Partier. Has the mob girlfriend. He does it really well. That like he's funny, but you're totally cool with him dying.
Right.
Which is important.
Right.
Yeah. It's so goofy how he dies too. And they just stick the needle in him. He's like, and just passes out. So yeah, him being dead and it being hilarious. It's a very fine line that very few people have crossed. And he does it better than anybody. I say he's the modern day Charlie Chaplin.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
That's absurd. Additionally, is there any more ridiculous sequel ever made in the history of film than the fact that there was a sequel made to Weekend at Bernie's?
Well, voodoo's real, man.
I guess.
they bring him back to life.
Jesus Christ.
You ever seen the movie Crank?
I don't think I have.
Oh, it's crazy. But they bring back a severed head in the second one, and he's still alive.
Have you ever seen a
dead body?
Have you ever seen the work that Miracle Max can do?
Yeah, he can. I mean, he's almost dead.
Well,
He's
mostly
pretty
dead.
Yeah, a nice mutton, lettuce, tomato.
To blame.
The tomatoes all moist.
Liar! Liar! He said true love.
That's my favorite pick.
Humperdinck. I'm gonna start calling you Humperdinck.
No, don't.
Okay.
I don't want
Humperdinck.
Humperdinck.
Humperdinck, Max.
Okay, moving on. Let's do some ads.
I was in the dark before the Miracle Max.
That's not an
All right,
ad.
fine. We'll do ads. Buzzn The Tower is also brought to you by Dobie Real Estate, the premier real estate group of Southeast Michigan. Dobie is here to make sure that when you buy your house, it's not a one-hit wonder.
But when you want your house forever, maybe you don't want to be a one-hit wonder.
Fair.
Yeah.
Or if you want to sell your house, you don't really care. You just want to get the most money for it you can.
Yeah.
And that's what Simon and the team at Dobie Real Estate does. They're all around best in show. There's nobody you would want to work with other than them. In 2021, I say this to you all the time, Max. Do you know that? Have you memorized the numbers?
$400 million.
$400 million in sales. 1,000 homes sold. I can't wait to get their 2022 numbers. I'm sure they're going to be even crazier than that.
Billions.
Dobie Real Estate is the group that you want when you're selling your house or buying your next home. Reach out to Simon and his team. Tell them that Buzzn The Tower sent you. Tell them you don't want to be a one-hit wonder. You want to be a rock star. And they'll take care of you. They may wonder what you're talking about, but they will take care of you. Again, reach out to them at wearedobie.com. Down to our last two, Mr. Sanders.
Yeah, 2 bullets in your holster.
Mr. Sanderson.
That's pretty good.
You
Yeah.
like that?
Neo. Whoa.
Whoa.
I know Kung Fu.
I am an FBI agent. Max, this was a no-brainer for me. And I'm kind of surprised you haven't said it yet, although maybe you didn't think to say it. I don't know. I am going with Lance Guest as Alex Rogan from The Last Starfighter.
Think we got to use Death Blossom.
Remember, Death Blossom delivers only one massive volley at close range. Theoretically.
What do you mean, theoretically?
After all, DB has never been tested. It might overload the systems. Blow up the ship.
What are you worried about, Greek? Theoretically, we should already be dead.
That's really good.
Yeah.
He's fantastic in that.
So Lance Guest was in stuff, right? Like he was in Halloween 2.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, small part. He was,
yeah.
Yeah, he was in Jaws the Revenge. He was Michael Brody.
Yeah.
Now, the reason that I consider him to be a one-hit wonder, the only thing that would give me any pause would be Jaws the Revenge, but that movie was such a stinking turd of a movie that I don't even think you can count it as being like a breakthrough, right? But The Last Starfighter is independently recognized as this wonderful sci-fi film from the 80s.
Yeah, it's used as like sci-fi lore for like everything we create nowadays.
Right. So I guess like I struggled with him being Michael Brody in Jaws the Revenge.
Yep.
But he's always going to be, he's always Alex Rogan.
Yeah, this is absolutely it.
If he comes out and he's in the sequel.
Is there a sequel?
They're working on one.
Yeah.
They have been forever. But if he comes back, that'd be sweet.
Yeah, it would. He was cool. Like he like defended his family.
Yeah. Well, he also played a robot version of himself.
Yeah.
I'm always impressed by that when someone is playing a different version of themselves, like an evil twin, etc. What's his face? Evil Dead.
Oh, Bruce Campbell?
Yeah, when he does that.
Yeah.
And it's like you feel like it's a totally different person.
You're like, I miss you, Bruce.
Right. Oh,
Come back,
great.
Ash.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. But no, I mean, Alex Rogan, The Last, I have a sweet spot for this movie. I love this movie.
Well, it's a sweet spot to have.
Boop, 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 boop.
Everyone loves this movie.
Everybody does love this movie.
Yeah.
Max, over to you. And then before we go to our last ones, I've got some kind of runners-ups that I want to throw out there. But you go.
You want to do that now?
No. Well, you're not your last one. You're your second last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, give me your second to last one. And then before we each do our last one, I want to talk about some almost made the list ones.
Sounds good. I don't say that.
No, that makes no sense.
I don't know.
Are you okay?
Nacho cheese.
Do we want to take a break?
No.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah. I'm not sick like that John Candy episode. You made fun of me.
That was incredible. You were throwing up every 5 minutes.
Mo, I want my $2. I'm going Damian Slade, who played Johnny Gasparini in Better Off Dead.
4 weeks. 20 papers, that's $2 plus tip.
Gee, Johnny, I don't have a dime. Sorry.
Didn't ask for a dime. $2.
Well, it's funny. See, my mom had to leave early to take my brother to school and my dad to work because...
$2. Cash.
See, the problem here is that my little brother this morning got his arm caught in the microwave and my grandmother dropped acid and she freaked out and hijacked a school bus full of penguins. So it's kind of a family crisis. So come back later. Great.
This is a tough one because...
He's not in anything else.
Does he really have that much of a role?
He's in like...
He's a running gag.
He's in like 5 scenes, man.
He's a running gag.
But what do you mean? He's one person. So
I know.
So it's Weekend at Bernie's.
No, but it's totally different.
Him being dead isn't a running gag.
He's in every scene of the movie.
I mean, this is the most memorable part of a Savage Steve Holland movie.
Wow, I disagree with that.
What's more memorable?
One Crazy Summer.
No, in Better Off Dead.
In this movie, you said in a Savage Steve Holland movie.
Yeah, this is the more iconic Savage Steve Holland movie.
Says you.
Says everybody.
I disagree.
It's
How I Got Into College is grossly overlooked.
Yeah, but most people, and Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah.
But most people consider this his Pierre de Resistance of movies. Yeah. He's just
wee.
I don't know. He's in literally nothing else. He's in like 2 other movies for like 2 seconds and has no acting career otherwise. And I guess when he was 12 and he was auditioning for this, he went in with a leather jacket and pretended to be a serial killer and took it like very seriously.
Oh, wow.
And that wasn't what the role was asking
No,
for.
not at all.
Yeah, but him with the little flip hair comb too. And I want my $2.
I don't like this one. I'm with you on all your other ones. I just feel that the movie obviously is iconic. I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way.
This is the most memed of a lot of stuff in the 80s.
Yeah. Well, you got $2 late fee.
Yeah.
The podcast.
Exactly.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
All right.
It's iconic.
Okay. I'm not going to debate you. You seem pretty locked in on it.
Fine.
It's okay.
You upset me.
Okay. I didn't mean to. Before I go to my last one and before you go to your last one, why don't we talk about some that I didn't put in here for either technical reasons or just because it didn't seem like it fit or whatever. But I've got a couple that I think are debate worthy.
Yeah, hit me.
Alan Ruck, Cameron Fry. Now he was in Speed and Young Guns 2, which is the only reason that I was hesitant to even put him in here. But his roles were very minimal in both.
You can't because Succession.
He's
iconic.
I know, but TV show.
Doesn't matter. He's iconic.
Okay. All right. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker.
I thought about that too, but Joker.
Yeah, the voice. Okay. Yeah. You and I are in the same. Okay. Now here's one. This is real tricky. You have to ignore Cobra Kai. If you ignore Cobra Kai, I think you could have gone with Zapka.
No.
Or I know what you're going to say, just one of the guys in Back to School, but
it's called One Hit. Those are 3 hits.
You and I might be the only people that think that those 2 movies are hits.
People love Back to School.
They do, but it's not. Back to School wasn't like a hit.
Yeah, it was. Smash hit. Top 5 movie of all time.
Now where you could fight me on this would be Hot Tub Time Machine. His cameo in that was incredible.
Yeah, but no, in the 80s he was, and also he was in European Vacation.
Oh yeah, all right.
Screw you.
All right, fine. All right, well that's it. Did you have any that were kind of teetering on the edge?
Yeah, Frank Jasper, who played Shoot in Vision Quest.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
Because he never acted before or after. He's just a wrestler.
Just a wrestler. Yeah.
Morse Day from Morse Day and the Time in Purple Rain.
Yeah,
he's really funny.
Okay.
And Ernest in any of the Ernest movies.
Yeah, he was not in anything else, was he?
No.
All right, well, you pooped all over my backups, so I'll go right to
that's why they're backups, baby.
I'll go right to the crowning achievement of my list.
Sounds good, baby.
This was the biggest no-brainer. I knew what my number one was going to be all the time. Noah Hathaway, Atreyu, The Never-Ending Story.
Artex, you're sinking! Come on, turn around! You have to now! Come on! Artex! Fight against the sadness, Artex! Artex, please. You're letting the sadness of the swamps get to you. You have to try. You have to care. For me. You're my friend. I love you.
Perfect period on the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
Yeah. I mean, think about it, right? After this movie came out, he was on every teen heartthrob magazine ever printed.
Good-looking kid.
Good-looking kid. And this movie was a smash hit.
Yep.
Like international smash hit. And he disappeared.
Yes, he did. Well, mostly because he got like beat up because of this movie.
Well, so here's something interesting too. I would have made the argument that Bastian, who's played by Barrett Oliver, could have been in this as well, but he was in Daryl and Cocoon. And then Tammy Stronach, who played the childlike empress, I could have done that as well. But you put the 3 next to each other. Atreyu is that movie.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I mean, 100% Atreyu is that movie.
Isn't he in Leprechaun?
I'm the Leprechaun.
Yeah. Or Leprechaun 2.
Do you remember Wayne's World when he's scaring Garth?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm the Leprechaun. Yeah, he did a lot of TV. I mean, he was on like Mork and Mindy, 8 is Enough, Laverne and Shirley, Chips, all those types of shows.
That's pretty good.
Then he did The Never-Ending Story. And then after that, I think you're right. He was, Troll.
Yeah,
he was in Troll, not Leprechaun. So look, I don't know if a lot of people know this. I'm not going to get into the depths of this story, but I have a personal relationship with Noah Hathaway.
We zoomed him.
He was almost on the show until I got super, super aggressive and like called him a couple too many times and spooked him. And then he didn't want to come on the show.
Yeah.
But it was a good lesson. We were only a month into the podcast. I mean, we were very early on in the podcast.
Yeah. but it hurts you to your core.
It does. It makes me so nervous whenever we deal with any celebrities now.
You're great with them, though.
I never take advice from you on anything, and I'll be like, Max, is this too aggressive? Should I give it some time? You know what it was like? It was like in Swingers when...
when Mikey does the phone call?
The phone call. Yeah. I was like, hey, Noah.
Never call me again.
Noah, it's Mo. We just met. Just wanted to give you my number, 555-12...
Oh, the message
you
cut out.
Hey, Noah, it's Mo again. Listen, message just cut out, and I think we really had something special on that Zoom and want to have you on the show. Noah, it's Mo again. I'm sorry. You know what? Noah,
all right, that's enough.
Hello? No, is that you? Listen,
this number's been disconnected.
I got to tell you, I just got out of a really serious relationship, and I just don't think that now's the right time for you to come on this show.
I love Swingers.
It's great. Great.
But the Swamp of Sadness with Artax.
The Swamp of Sadness? I don't think it's the Swamp of Sadness.
It's 9,000%.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Bog of Eternal Stench from Labyrinth.
You're right. You are.
It's the Swamp of Sadness.
Yeah.
Atreyu, Noah Hathaway, that's my one-hit wonder actor top pick.
Nailed it.
Yeah, appreciate that. Max, what do you got to finish your list?
I got a winner. And speaking of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, he's been in this.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going Rowdy Roddy Piper, who played Nada in They Live.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
He was in It's Always Sunny?
He was the maniac. Remember the wrestler who was gibberish and kind of crazy?
Yeah. He just passed away, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
A little while ago.
Yeah. That's a good pick.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if he's in, what was he? Nothing, right?
So actually, do you want to know what his acting debut was? It's going to blow your mind.
I'm excited.
He was an uncredited pirate in Goonies Aren't Good Enough music video with Cyndi Lauper.
That makes perfect sense.
But all his stuff's WWF stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But actually, he's been in movies. You know, these are bad movies by the title. So the movies all start with the word the bet, the chair, the reconciler, the takeaway. And then there's Other Plans, Pizza Man, Fancy Pants, Lights Out, and RoboCop the TV series.
We talking about RoboCop the TV series? Who did he play? Did he play Boddicker?
No, he was like in one episode.
All right.
But it's weird. He's muscular and he's, kind of
great charisma.
Yeah, and he's realizing the world is controlled by alien overlords by looking through these sunglasses and seeing
the dark overlord.
I knew you were gonna say that. But he's great with a gun in his hand. He came up with good catchphrases like "I came here to chew bubblegum" and blank. Or nope.
It's good.
Yeah.
You blanked the word kick.
His fighting stuff, him watching him and Keith David for 6 minutes go at it, it's one of the best fight scenes ever.
He's great. It's a good pick.
So I feel like in another universe, he could have been John Wick. John Wick.
I was going to say The Rock.
Yeah. Like there's a Wick episode, like a Wick kind of thing with him.
John Wick is I disagree. He's still he's over the top with his caricature
but
fighting.
An everyman kind of version of John Wick. Okay.
Meh.
Yeah. Great hair. Yeah. Shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay.
You all right?
Yeah.
Got a little excited.
I did.
The John Wick thing was a stretch. You were good up until then.
He's the Darth Vader.
There you go.
Of John Carpenter
Jesus
movies.
Christ. Max, that concludes our picks, and it is time now to slide on over to our Buzzn The Tower fan spotlight. This week's Buzzn The Tower fan spotlight is a Iceman Patreon from the Mo and Max Buzzn The Tower Patreon. Join today, patreon.com/Buzzn The Tower, and maybe you too can be a Buzzn The Tower fan spotlight.
Yeah, little added bonus.
There you go. Boom, boom. We've got Ben Conger.
Benny Boy.
BenConger.
Yes, he is.
And that is his Instagram as well. He is an 80s ninja.
Yes, he
Whenever
is.
I say someone's an 80s ninja, that means that they are hardcore into this stuff.
He's a movie ninja in general, too. And SpongeBob stuff. Like he'll just text me and be like, my leg.
Did he get excited last week about how you did the F?
Yes.
All right, I figured he'd like that a lot. So Ben is someone who always in contact with us, giving us feedback on the show. Plus, he's a Patreon. Excited to see what his thoughts are when we asked him who his favorite acting one-hit wonder from the 80s was.
Hey, Max and Mo. Thanks for having me on this week. I'm a big fan of the show, and I'm happy to be here. For this week, my 80s one-hit wonder actor would have to be Jim Varney, mainly because of the contagious and imitable character that he's known to play, specifically in the movies like Ernest Goes to Camp and Ernest Saves Christmas, both 80s movies, of course. To me, he will always be that goofy 80s movie legend that can certainly not be replaced. Thanks, guys.
Max, good call on the Ernest.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that neither of us went with Ernest. It seems like a good pick. Like, have you seen any of those yet? Are you into
I'm
them?
going to this week, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen them all. I saw them like in theater.
Are they fun?
They're cute.
Yeah.
Like my kids would dig them. They're very slapsticky.
Yeah.
But it's, it's not the best stuff in the world. But
It freaks me out that John Cena is slowly becoming him.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that.
A little bit.
I'm like, stop it.
Jesus. Ben, excellent pick. Kudos to you on pulling that one out. I'm trying to think if there's anyone else that we didn't cover. There's probably a few other one hit. Hit us up if you think of any other one hits that we didn't
It's fun
think
to
of.
think about.
It is. It's good. I like thinking. Thinking's good.
It is.
And while you're thinking, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our podcast on whatever your podcast player is. Leave us a 5-star review.
Yeah, contemplate
and some
that.
kind words. Check us out on social media. You can follow us on any platform using @Buzzn The Tower and patreon.com/Buzzn The Tower. Plenty of room for more co-pilots to hop on this journey with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
All right. Max, how do you want to end this one-hit wonder of a show?
Thanks, America. You've one hit your way through my heart. I'm going to keep doing that until you stop laughing.
You're an idiot. Max, I know exactly how I'm going to end it. You want to guess?
It's got to be singing.
It's going to be singing. Someday love will find you. Break those chains that bind you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.